Lions put up 44 points on what we thought was an improved Cowboys defense. Didn't really look like it last night. They moved to 8-5. Lions playoff hopes shoot up to 45%. Bad news, Brian Branch tore his Achilles last night. Not good.
No.
Greg, you rock with this team.
Do
you think the Lions are back?
I don't.
Wow. Really?
I know, man.
Too many injuries?
Yes. Here we go again. And if you're a fan of the Lions, you are saying the same thing. Man, we get take 2 steps forward and then we take a step back. Watching this team play last night, obviously we wanted to see a couple things. Can they get pressure on Dak? They were able to get pressure on Dak, created that pressure. They were able to cover a guy who was torching the NFL in George Pickens and made him just look like, that's why Pittsburgh got rid of him. And then you get the Brian Branch injury. First, before that, safety goes out. The safety that was already filling in for Kirby Joseph, he goes out. Like, it's like they can't get over the hump. And it's unfortunate, but when I watch them offensively, they look great, right?
Well,
yeah. The issue with what they look like offensively is I don't think this is sustainable. When they're not running the ball as great as they previously have in the years prior, and your offense is almost exclusively surrounding the skill set of Jahmyr Gibbs.
Same. Amon-Ra was really good.
Amon-Ra was great, excellent, superb. Jamison Williams was good in this game. But Jahmyr Gibbs, in the postseason, when you think about a team that's back, they have so many different ways to beat you, or that one way that they beat you is just unguardable. And Jahmyr Gibbs, he very well may be that. But I just feel like, watching this team play, they play one style, and the injuries are going to catch up to them once again. They give up a lot of points. Yeah. When they score a lot of points, I just don't like the way it looks, even though they score points and we get excited about it.
I hear you, and I agree with a lot of that, but I'm saying, and I think Green Bay is better. They've beaten them twice, okay? But we talked about it earlier. It's tough to beat a team 3 times in a row in a season. And who in the NFC? I don't think they are as good as they've been, the Lions, and I don't think they're the best team in the NFC. But I think the NFC is just all bunched up. It's like the AFC without the Chiefs. Everybody's bunched up together. So I think the Lions have a shot.
I think they can beat anybody in the NFC in head-to-head one game. But I just
you don't think
because
they can put together a string?
Because they haven't been as consistent. The only time they put together a winning streak is when they was the healthiest. And then the injuries came, Kansas City, and then it was over.
And I also, listen, I think that if Goff has time, this offense is as good as any offense in football. So, like, when you're looking at, like, potential playoff matchups, like, if they got Tampa, I think they could do damage. If they got
Tampa gives them problems.
You're right in that. And that I was just thinking about the teams that don't have the dominant pass rush. But I would be they do play the Rams coming up. We'll get to see that.
That's gonna be interesting.
But like I feel like, man, is this a team that I could see being like, if they got Chicago in the playoffs, dominating them because Chicago doesn't have a real pass rush. But if they got Seattle in the playoffs, getting clocked.
Right. Yeah.
And by the way, I'm not putting them in the playoffs. It's them, San Francisco, Chicago, and Green Bay. There's 3 spots available for those 4 teams. And so, but I do think that they are a scary matchup if you can't get to Goff.
I think they're better than Chicago and better than San Francisco. Now, I don't know if they'll make the playoffs, but I do think they're better than those 2 teams.
Greg, I know you touched on it, but I want to dig in on the George Pickens stuff on the other side of the ball. Looked disinterested, 9 targets, 5 catches, 37 yards. It's his fewest since week 1. What was your overall take on?
This was disappointing to see because his track record is going to be brought right back to the forefront. With what we used to see with him in Pittsburgh, him doing this type of thing, him having issues there, finishing games, and just the effort. Like I was telling this to Brew, like there's a lot of things that coaches look for in players and feel like, you know what, I can maximize this. I can definitely get them to do that. Effort is never on that list. A will to want to go and compete and fight is never on that. And it just, the look, I've never seen a player that has this type of ability just almost erase. Look at and again, this is what he does, but he's gotten away with it. He's had a tremendous season. And then yesterday, watching him against the Lions, it was like, you know what? We're going to take away Pickens. We're not going to just go man-to-man on you. We're going to zone you up. We're going to double coverage you a couple times, and we're going to get into your head. We're going to play a mind game. And it was almost like he just shut down. Yeah. And so I feel like if you're a team looking for a number one receiver, it's hard to sell that. And for them to erase that right there.
Especially after CD went out.
Yes.
You have even more of it. I mean, Flournoy, I'm going to say.
He had a Flournoy game.
Yeah, I said his name wrong. I apologize. He stepped up more.
He did.
Once CD went out.
It was just disappointing for a number one receiver just to not show that fight and that desire to go and compete for the ball when the ball is in the air.
Is that?
No, you go.
I was going to say that if we can see the long pass, the
one in
route
down 14.
Yeah, I want to ask you, Greg. Here it is. Is this nip? I mean, I'm die for
but
that
this is
ball
what we
or
start
something.
doing. We start nitpicking because of what we've seen throughout the course of the game and what he hasn't shown up to be.
He can go. He can go for that, right? He didn't even make an effort.
You're
and
right,
I was like, it's not that far away.
You can bait pass interference there.
You just kind of go around
right.
Oh,
I've been in those positions and situations before, and it looks like, you were closer to the ball than what.
That's what I'm wondering.
What you actually were. In this case, it's tough, man, because I watched all of this game, and then this happens, and it's like, dude, George is out of it, mentally.
And I know we got to move on. What it made me think of, and this player ended up pivoting, was Mike Singletary on Vernon Davis. Oh. Can't win with him.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Again, that's a throwback for
very throwback. Yeah.
But Vernon Davis was, I think, the 6th pick of the draft, super talented tight end, and Singletary, who took over the Niners, kind of flipped out about him, and one of the famous quote was, he's like, you can't win with him, and that's the feeling I got there. No matter how talented you are, no matter how high the peaks are, if you don't make at least some type of attitudinal adjustment, hard to win that.
And for what game for it to happen in?
Yeah.
It's bad any game.
National
but this
TV, everything on the line.
Yeah, this isn't Carolina in a game that
Time now for a segment so hot you can put it in your pocket and it'll warm your hands up.
That was a good one.
Well,
At the holidays, did your family say stop making fun of Grandma? Is that what happened?
kind of an issue. It's time for upset over. First, let's look at the scoring.
Wow!
Whoa.
Do we have to keep showing this?
Yes.
My goodness.
Brew,
I don't know what to
He
say.
has, Brew, it's literally exactly 5 times your total is what Coach and Greg have. And it's almost all Coach. I wonder if next year Coach
you
is
got
going to
any, Greg?
ask for you guys to be bifurcated.
Greg and
Coach.
I are about tied. But
KW, nice one though.
I'm rolling.
You're right there.
You know what?
You're in
My
the
two
hunt.
Wow,
good
Greg's
picks
defense
away.
against a quarterback with a broken leg. It was pretty obvious on that. All right, Greg, the ball is yours.
All right, I'm going to the Steel City, who will be playing obviously in Baltimore. I got the Steelers over your Ravens. And you know what? I'm going to pull a Brew line.
somebody else's Ravens too.
Brew, you're not going to like this.
Oh.
But I got the Steelers over the Ravens. That's how you would frame it if it was the Colts. And here's
Didn't
why.
you pick the Ravens to make the Super Bowl?
No, absolutely not.
I'm thinking Coach.
A lot of the talk obviously started in the stadium against the Buffalo Bills. Fire Tomlin. It's just everywhere. This buzz of Fire Tomlin. Then you get the former quarterback Ben Roethlisberger putting in his 2 cents. Cam Hayward responds saying, I only care about the guys in this locker room. When you start hearing talk like that, you understand it's only about us. And somebody has to step up to the plate and say, you know what? We can't just let Coach be the only one to take the heat for it, because he agreed. He said, I share the fans' frustration.
Jonnu Smith deserves it.
Absolutely. And so when you start hearing things like that, you rally behind the coach. You want to play. You're playing the Ravens, a team that you feel really good. If you turn on the tape, you want to feel good about yourself. Oof. The Ravens, this team in purple, yeah, we dominate them. We don't care who they are. And number 8 in purple doesn't look like what we've come accustomed to seeing. Oh, we got this. The defense has been struggling, but the one thing that they do, they take the ball away. When you look at this defense, they are alarming when it comes to takeaways. 22 takeaways, second in the NFL. They can get after the quarterback. They're obviously going to force fumbles. They blitz great. Lamar, your guy, has played in 9 games. He's been sacked 27 times.
You mean against the Steelers?
No, just this year.
This year?
He's been sacked 27 times. And when he plays against the Steelers, he struggled. Stop the run. Stop the run. You think they're going to have that on their agenda? Absolutely, because of what happened last week. Yeah. They already got the Mike Tomlin plan, which is the Lamar Jackson plan. Single high, 5 down linemen, get after him, clog the lanes. Guess what? He's not going to run, so we're going to put pressure on him to throw in the windows. He hasn't been accurate. And number 3, do what you do best. Take the ball away. Steelers, upset. The Ravens.
I like that a lot, bro.
That was cute.
That was more than cute.
You up there getting excited about
That was
Mike
great.
Tomlin's quote. He obviously didn't see the Marlon Humphrey quote. That was a quote. All right, that was a quote. I'll just leave it at that. I feel fully confident. You keep going back to.
You don't.
No, I do. You keep going back to this Lamar struggles against the Steelers. Did he struggle in the playoffs against the Steelers?
Derrick Henry
Did he
went
struggle
crazy.
at
Derrick
the end
Henry-
of the
Derrick
season
Henry
in
went crazy.
that second regular season
Derrick
game
Henry
against the
went
Steelers?
crazy.
They can do both. They'll be fine.
The fact that you rebuttal me right now, you're going back and forth, you're nervous.
He's on tape.
Even if they lose, they're not out of it.
Oh, see.
Even more!
I'm just saying.
It's over!
No!
We can't even focus
They'll
on
play
upset
them
alert.
again. They play them again in a few weeks.
Go with your upset alert.
Even if they lose, oh my goodness.
My upset alert, I hate to do this for a few reasons.
Okay, let's hear it.
One, I hate to do the. Every time I pick against this team, I get burned. Number 2, I hate to do it to my beloved co-host,
No.
but I am going, Nick,
No.
with the Texans
It's a good pick.
plus 3.5 over the Chiefs.
That's a
Y'all like
It's
this
a good
pick.
pick.
I'm surprised neither one of y'all went with it. I just think, Nick, and I am concerned about the Texans' ability to score. I mean, because the Chiefs, it is a legitimately good defense. It has not been as great as in the past, but it still is not just getting run over by people. So that concerns me. I'm going to say I think C.J. Stroud, he wasn't bad last week. He wasn't great. He threw for a lot of yards, but 1 interception, no touchdowns. But that was his first game back from the injury. I think he will play better. And I think that defense is just I think they're going to have Patrick running for his life. With that depleted offensive line, and that's when we've seen Patrick look most vulnerable, not surprisingly, is when he's under a lot of duress. And I think they're going to put that pressure on him. And they can guard in the defensive backfield. So it's not like they just rush you, but they can't cover. So I think that, and look, and I know it's desperation time for the Chiefs too. But if you're the Texans, I bet you can vouch. When have you ever seen the Chiefs? Nobody's ever seen the Chiefs this vulnerable. Nobody in the NFL has seen the Chiefs under Mahomes this vulnerable. And so you have got to be like, man, this is the time. They've been beating up on us and everybody else for years. This is the time to end them. So I think the Texans going to pull it out.
I don't like that one bit. I don't like it. I mean, it's not
Love
because
it?
I love it.
You
It's
don't
because
love
I
it?
really
Not
don't.
because you
I
love it.
really don't like it.
Time now. Puxatawny Phil is back, everybody. Time now for the Puxatawny Phil of football to make his upset alert. People are like, why do they call you Puxatawny Phil of football again? Is it because you're covered with fur, live in a log? You find a piece of corn on the ground?
Nope, just a coincidence.
I'm going with straight up Bengals over Bills. Surprise, surprise, I do not believe in the Bills. Now, don't get me wrong. I know they have no championships. And they put a claim into Darius Slay. Good news. You get to join the Bills. Like, actually, rather retire. No interest, thanks though.
Not good for
That's a
morale,
strong
that's for sure.
thanks, but no thanks. It's like asking somebody out on a date. Nah, actually just gonna sit home, do nothing. Also, it's pro Bengals because I believe in Joe Burrow's back. Do you see the Joe Burrow interview? They're like, so, are you a genius? Did you see this one?
No.
They just start peppering Joe Burrow with like, so, do you have a photographic memory? Are you? He's like, yeah, pretty good at taking tests. Joe Burrow's really feeling himself now, and it's showing up. Burrow as 4-point underdogs in the last 5 years. He's excellent. 6-3 against the spread. 9-0. That's good for Nick's picks, you know. Just saying. That would also get me 1 point. Bengals are also very good. Also, I've been singing this and no one wants to listen. Brew, maybe I should bring your guys back. I have my own little group. It's called Josh Allen's Not the Same. Not the same, not the same, not the same. Last 8 games, the Bills are 4-4. They're just a 500 team. Look at the touchdowns to turnovers, because this is the big thing. The first 20 games in the last 2 seasons, I know it's kind of wacky, 50 touchdowns, 9 turnovers.
You're allowed to do
the last 8, 20 touchdowns, 11 turnovers. He's giving you the ball. Finally, this is a wild special. This is like a trademark, because it's just me and the Bengals DC are the only people who believe this. But I watched the Bengals play the Patriots. I said, this team's not too bad. And I warned everyone. I said, man, this Bengals defense not that bad. Then they went into Baltimore and shut down everybody. First 10 games, they were bad. The last 2 games against Drake May and the Patriots and Lamar Jackson, 2 of the best quarterbacks in the AFC, they've played pretty good. Straight up, Bengals over Bills. You like that one?
No.
Okay.
I don't like that either.
You love
it? Well, no. Quick, do we have a moment? And I want to hear your opinion.
Whatever.
If the Bengals do win this game,
They're alive.
then to win the AFC, they're alive.
No. To win the
win
AFC.
the whole AFC?
If they beat the Bills, I'm just saying, if they beat the Bills, they still might not make the playoffs. But if they beat the Bills and make the playoffs, you don't think they could win the AFC?
No, I do not.
With a resurgent defense?
They don't. The
They
defense
would be
is still
rolling.
bad.
I would need
They
to
would
see
be
more.
rolling.
Yeah.
You need to see a little bit more, but
All right.
time now for Nick's picks.
Red hot.
Red
by
hot.
the way.
Oh, it's smoking.
4-1-1 the last 2 weeks. 2-1 last week. KW. What do you think the locks are this year? Since you made me do them.
Undefeated.
Undefeated.
I should be in gold.
Undefeated for the locks. The Chiefs let me down in more ways than one, but that's okay. It happens. They've brought a lot of joy to my life. Bears getting 7. Do I need the 7? Of course not.
Nope.
They won outright. I said on this show, how many points did the Seahawks need to cover the 11.5? I said 12. Guess what? They would have covered with 12. Old Max Broussard got you 0.
Rough one.
So we're feeling great. And speaking of that Seahawks defense, we're going back to the well. Seahawks, -7. What do we know against Atlanta? What do we know about Sam Darnold? Doesn't play his best in big spots. You know when Sam Darnold loves to play? 1 o'clock with nobody watching in Atlanta. That's when the guy cooks. Plus, that Seattle defense against Kirk Cousins with no exactly. That's all it's gonna be. You're gonna be watching. Adam Shine's gonna be like, oh, in Atlanta, Sam Darnold got in. We're like, all right, now back to the game we actually care about. So listen, that Seahawks defense against Kirk Cousins with no Drake London, Sam Darnold in a dome cooking 7 points. They'll be covering at halftime. It'll be nice and easy. Next, Prince. We are back. I thought I was getting 2. I guess I'm getting 1.5 points. Doesn't matter. They're going to win outright. Do you know the last time Indianapolis won in Jacksonville? A half decade before the Prince was drafted. The last time Jacksonville, the Colts won in Jacksonville, the Prince was 3 years away from being the Gatorade National High School Player of the Year. It was 10 years away.
Why?
20.
No way to tell. I'm just telling you, it's a fact. Here's another fact. The Jags in the last decade, 16-3-1 against the spread versus the Colts. The Colts are falling apart. Their quarterback has a broken leg that he's fixing with a buddy's school project. And the Prince is out here cooking. It's the better team. They're at home. I'm getting points. And then finally, strange bedfellows I know. Eagles, go ahead and win. The argument here is very simple. Justin Herbert's got a broken hand.
Yep.
Now, and bonus Galaxy Brain take. This is better than a home game for the Eagles. Wow. Here's why.
This is a great take. I see it.
Their home crowd boos them. because they're sick of them and angry with them.
You're listening to WIP. You're like, you're
right.
in it.
And also the crowd, even if they're winning, they're booing, they're being all Philadelphia. The Philly fans that either have moved to Southern California
Yes.
or are traveling for the game,
Having a blast.
They have exactly. They're just happy for you. So you get the home field advantage of the loud noise
Great
without the mean stuff from the actual home crowd. Herbert's got a broken hand, can't run a quarterback sneak. Might see some Trey Lance, who some people still believe in, kind of, but still. Philly, you got to win -2.5. So there are the picks. Seattle laying 7, Jacksonville +2. Philly -2.5. KW, you have a question for me?
You're just fading broken bones, really.
Yes, broken bones and Matt Ryan. Do you have to ask me what the lock is? Because I don't do locks.
I forgot. What is the lock?
Well, again, I don't do locks, but I'll take Seattle -7.
Love it. Wow. 3-0 locks.
How are we doing with Danny against Danny?
I am. If I go 3-0 and he goes 0-3, I'm ahead.
But the locks are perfect.
Locks are perfect.
It's Mahomes season over. Yikes.
Stop. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.